Most people completely misunderstand what it actually takes to register a company in Paraguay, and because of that misunderstanding, they either assume it is an extremely difficult bureaucratic process hidden behind legal barriers, or they assume it is a fast offshore shortcut with almost no structure, only to discover a system that is actually organized, predictable, and surprisingly accessible once you understand how it really works. And here's the surprising truth. Paraguay is one of the most underrated business destinations in South America, offering low operational costs, simple tax structures compared to regional neighbors, and a straightforward company formation system that can work extremely well for foreign entrepreneurs, but only if you understand the correct legal sequence from the beginning. Now imagine this. Michael, a 36-year-old entrepreneur from Orlando, runs a digital marketing and e-commerce consulting business. He works with clients across the United States and Latin America, helping brands scale online sales. Business is growing, but he is starting to think strategically. He wants a base in South America, somewhere stable, low-cost, and flexible enough to support international operations. While researching, Paraguay keeps appearing. Low taxes, simple corporate structure, low cost of living, and a reputation for being one of the easiest countries in the region for foreign company formation. At first, Michael assumes it will be straightforward. He thinks it will be similar to forming an LLC in the United States. But when he starts researching the actual process, things become more structured. He encounters terms like Sociedad de Responsabilidad Limitada, public deed, notary protocol, tax identification number called RUC, and National Directorate of Tax Revenue Registration. And suddenly, what looked simple becomes a structured legal process. And this is exactly where most people pause. But what Michael doesn't realize yet is that Paraguay's company formation system is actually one of the most predictable in South America once you understand the legal steps in order. And that is exactly what we are going to break down in this guide. Step by step, clearly, practically, in a way that makes everything understandable, even if you have never dealt with Latin American legal systems before. But here's where things get interesting. Before you even talk about registering an LLC in Paraguay, you need to understand something fundamental. Paraguay does not typically use the term LLC in its legal framework. Instead, the closest equivalent structure is the Sociedad de Responsabilidad Limitada, commonly abbreviated as SRL. This structure functions similarly to an LLC in the United States, offering limited liability protection, where owners are only responsible for their capital contributions. And here's the key idea most beginners miss. Paraguay's system is not digital first or fully online. It is a hybrid system built on legal documentation, notarization, and government registration. Now, this is where Sarah enters the story. Sarah is an international business consultant specializing in Latin American company formation. She meets Michael after he spends several days trying to decode conflicting online information. Michael is confused. Some sources say Paraguay is extremely easy for foreigners. Others warn about legal complexity. Some mention residency requirements. Others say you can incorporate remotely. And Sarah tells him something that changes everything. You are not dealing with uncertainty. You are dealing with a legal sequence. Once you understand the sequence, everything becomes predictable. And that is the turning point. Because Paraguay company formation follows a structured legal pathway involving notaries, public registry, tax authority registration, and municipal compliance. And once you understand that pathway, the process becomes manageable. But here's the first major reality check Michael faces. You cannot simply create a company in Paraguay instantly, like a digital sign-up. The process requires legal documentation executed before a notary. At first Michael finds this surprising. But Sarah explains clearly. In Paraguay, the notary is not optional. They are the foundation of legal business creation. And that shifts his perspective immediately. Because now he understands this is not a convenience system. It is a legal authentication system. So the first step is choosing the company type. For most foreign entrepreneurs, the SRL structure is the most common choice because it offers flexibility, limited liability, and relatively simple ownership rules. Michael selects this structure for his consulting business. And then comes the drafting of the company agreement. This document includes company name, business purpose, shareholder structure, capital contribution, and management roles. At first, Michael assumes this is just paperwork. But Sarah stops him immediately. This document defines your entire business identity. It is not just administrative, it is foundational. And that moment changes everything. Because now Michael understands this document, determines ownership rights, decision-making authority, and financial distribution. But here's where things become more interesting. Once the document is prepared, it must be formalized through a public deed before a Paraguayan notary. And this is where legal existence is created. The notary verifies identity, ensures compliance with national law, and officially registers the company constitution in legal form. Michael initially feels this is slow compared to digital systems. But Sarah reframes it. This step is what gives your company legal power. And that changes everything. Because without notarization, the company does not legally exist. Once notarized, the next step is registration with the Public Registry of Commerce. And this is where the company becomes officially recognized by the state. But here's where emotional tension begins. Because registration is not instant. Documents are reviewed, validated, and recorded in the National Registry. Michael enters a waiting period, and uncertainty begins to build. But Sarah keeps him grounded. This is not delay. This is validation. The system is confirming legal compliance. And that helps Michael stay focused. Then something important happens. The company is officially registered. And for a moment, everything feels complete. But here's where most people misunderstand the process. Registration is only the beginning. Because after incorporation, there are still critical steps required to actually operate. And this is where David enters the story. David is another entrepreneur who successfully registered a company in a Latin American country, but assumed he could immediately start invoicing clients. But he quickly discovered he needed tax registration first. And that mistake delayed his operations significantly. Michael learns from that experience. He immediately moves to tax registration with Paraguay's tax authority, known as the SET, to obtain the Euroscax identification number. And this number is essential for all business activity. Without it, the company cannot legally invoice or operate. And this is where clarity starts to form. Company registration leads to tax registration. Tax registration leads to operational legitimacy. Operational legitimacy leads to banking access. And each step depends on the previous one. But here's where things get even more practical. Opening a corporate bank account in Paraguay requires full documentation, including incorporation papers, tax identification, shareholder details, and proof of business activity. And banks in Paraguay conduct compliance checks before approval. Michael prepares carefully. Everything is aligned. Nothing is missing. And slowly, the system progresses. But here's the deeper insight most people never fully understand. Paraguay's company registration system is not designed for speed alone. It is designed for legal clarity, low-cost business formation, and predictable compliance within a stable framework. And once you understand that, everything makes sense. Now, imagine Michael one final time. A few months later, he is operating his consulting business through his Paraguayan SRL. He is serving international clients, managing operations at a lower cost base, and building a structured business presence in South America. What once felt like a confusing legal system now feels like a strategic advantage. And that is the identity shift. From uncertain entrepreneur to structured international operator. From confusion to clarity. From randomness to system-based thinking. But before we finish, there is one final question. What mistakes do most people make when registering a company in Paraguay? And the answer is consistent. They assume it is instant. They underestimate notarization requirements. They ignore tax registration obligations. And they try to skip steps in the legal sequence. But now you understand something most beginners do not. Paraguay is not complicated. It is structured. And when you follow that structure step by step, the process becomes not only manageable, but strategically powerful. So if you are considering starting a company in Paraguay, the most important takeaway is this. Respect the legal sequence. Follow each step properly. Build your structure correctly from the beginning. Because once you do, you gain access to one of the most cost-efficient and entrepreneur-friendly business environments in South America. And what once looked complicated becomes a clear pathway to international expansion. If you found this guide helpful and want more deep, practical breakdowns of global business setups like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Because the more you understand these systems, the more confidently you can move through global opportunities that most people never even attempt. And now, you are no longer looking at Paraguay's company registration process as a barrier. You are seeing it as a structured gateway into regional and global business growth. And that changes everything.